Is XRP still a good investment for the modern era? Does it even make sense? Because we see what's happening clear as day with our own eyes right now. Ethereum just dominating the altcoin space. The first altcoin to be approved for an ETF. All the building, applications, adoption. It's happening there. And where is the interest going now? What is going to be the next ETF? Well, an Ethereum competitor. Another smart contract blockchain. Solana is next on deck and likely will be approved. Does XRP make sense in this current market? So we're going to break it down, and spoiler alert, I think it does. I think we will see a maturing of this crypto space where there's various defined sectors, much like you see in the stock market. You have, the tech sector, the energy sector, all of that. It's going to be the same thing here. It's not just going to be smart contract blockchains. That's just where the focus is right now. But, various chains have strengths, abilities, and you will need to leverage that to accomplish various tasks. Let's start out with the good, because I think there is a lot to be excited about that indicates XRP is going to do very well. First and foremost, for XRP specifically, it's a vastly improved U.S. regulatory landscape. Anyone with half a brain understands what happened during the last growth cycle. That lawsuit that claimed, essentially XRP is a security, even though they didn't explicitly state that. That was the implication with much of what they said. That just added so much risk to the token. Most of your big investors were going to avoid it. And further, we had the delistings. Now, the U.S. market isn't the whole world. XRP was very resilient. It still had a very significant market cap by the end of that growth phase, but it was harmed significantly. You have a court ruling now. XRP itself is not a security. And with that comes number two, trading has now resumed with the powerhouse U.S. crypto exchanges. It's going to be the first, growth period for crypto in history where you can go to a major U.S. exchange and buy XRP direct. It's going to make a world of difference when you start seeing that money flood in. There were some options for people last time around. You could use, Uphold or BitTrue, things like this. But for your major U.S. exchanges, you cut off a significant part of the crypto market from having easy access to XRP. That's not the case any farther. When we look at specifically right now, the sector you would probably place XRP, it'd be the currency coin. And that is where Grayscale places them as well within their various sectors. These are coins like Bitcoin, XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. XRP can be a high performer within this sector because it's the most capable coin there. It's the fastest, cheapest, most efficient, and further, it has a lot of advanced features that these other, pure currency coins do not have. It could be really a leader within that sector, a very important sector, by the way. You have things like decentralized exchanges. We're going to get stable coins, all sorts of stuff. So within that sector, it should be highly competitive, a leader. It already is, actually. Even with all the problems we've had, XRP, of course, Bitcoin is the top of the whole crypto space, but XRP leads against Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, and that's not going to stop. It's going to stay, a top performer within that category. And you will see shifting focus, just like sometimes energy is exploding and other times it's all about tech. It just depends on the crypto landscape at any particular point. But those currency coins are not going away. They are the lifeblood of everything we're trying to do within cryptocurrencies, as are payments. Not only that, for growth, we want improvement. And we're seeing vastly improved capabilities with the XRP ledger, with the approval of AMMs, stable coins on their way. And I don't think it's just going to be Ripple. I think you will see, that Ripple stablecoin to be one of the best in the world, fast, efficient, used significantly. You're going to see your Circle and your Tethers, they're going to have to pivot and also issue on this chain to try to, stave off some of that market that Ripple could take from them. It's just business. They're not going to do it if they don't have to. They're going to try to squeeze money out of you, and that's the way this works. Usually you have to pay those two for them to issue on your chain, but they're going to want a fast, cheap, solution of their own on the XRP ledger, in my opinion, going forward. We're really seeing a DeFi focus for the XRP ledger. Again, as a currency coin, These other coins don't have these robust DeFi ecosystems, and I think we will see that emerge because of the building effort right now going on. And it's interesting, we don't have all the capability of a smart contract blockchain, which makes scale easier because you don't have all these complex transactions bogging down the network, but we can do a lot. We might not be able to launch every app that you can, on Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, whatever. But there's a lot we can do, and we could be a DeFi powerhouse. And I think we're seeing that emerge, and it'll be a very usable and scalable DeFi system. And also things like bridging. I mean, we could go on and on and on about all this stuff. There's a lot of important building, and that's the thing. It's not just, building something that might be popular or might drive some interest. Like, these are fundamental building tools of the future, and that's what we see happening right now. It's, in my opinion, where we're going. No matter who is the president, it's going to be a regulated space for crypto. They're not going to be able to be anti-crypto any longer. Some things are great for politics. They're just divisive, and it drives one side to vote for you. But with crypto, it's not like that. Either you love crypto, you probably don't care about it. Like, no one's going to vote for you or give you money because you are anti-crypto. It's a failing, it's a losing position, and for that reason, you're going to see that whole thing go away. And both sides will have to embrace this because, politicians more than anything, like most people, they love money, and there's a lot of money emerging within this crypto space, and it's only going to get bigger as this continues to grow. Now, what's going to happen when we see crypto regulations? Well, a lot of these projects are going to be on the outside of the U.S. Market. They're not going to have as many options on Coinbase and Kraken and any of the major U.S. exchanges. They're going to have to whittle that down because all these projects are going to have the capability to meet those new requirements. It's going to be continuous reporting to investors, a lot of regulations. It costs money. You're going to see a lot of people drop out. We know XRP makes the cut, as will a lot of the major chains. But as you condense, a very significant market and one that will be growing, well, more of that investment capital will start hitting XRP because you're not going to have as many options. And that will be the case also with Bitcoin and Ethereum and all your big chains that make that cut. Again, there'll be a lot of options, but not as many as there are now. And, we have a blockchain that's reliable and it's safe. No one's worried that your payment isn't going to settle or that you're going to lose your money. Like, this has been going on for a long time. That's not going to change. So there's just a lot to look at the XRP ledger and say, you know what, as we continue through this growth phase, right now it's at 47 cents. We're hitting the summer doldrums. It'll probably get worse, to be honest with you. I don't know. But when it's all said and done, the stage is set, and I think we're going to have a very nice run. XRP will be a top performer. It's already a large cap cryptocurrency, and I would expect we end up somewhere in that number 3 range, where we traditionally have been, and I think we will continue to be. And so you have some nice growth from here. I think XRP makes a lot of sense for now and into the future. It's not just going to be one sector of cryptocurrencies. It's not just going to be smart contract blockchains. And we know that how? Well, we know that because Bitcoin's so successful. It's not a smart contract blockchain. You need these currency coins, and there's going to be a lot of different sectors. All right, the bad. It's not all good. If anyone tells you everything's great, that's not realistic. That just ain't happening. The bad, Ripple has too much of the supply. I don't care what anyone says. Investors are going to look at that, and they're going to, allocate some risk to that factor. It's not good. And there's not a good way out of that either. Burning it's not a good idea. Giving it away is not great. Like, it's just something we're going to have to deal with. It's a problem we see with Tesla right now, right? Like, Musk has too much of the stock. His friends and family are on the board. Like, it creates risk and problems. And, they deal with it. Tesla does great because, they're innovative. It's not going to stop us, but it is a problem. It is in the bad category. Currently, we don't have any great apps to use. Again, you look at Ethereum, MakerDAO, Aave, Compound, you can go on down the list. Uniswap, all sorts of useful applications. We need to start seeing that happen on the XRP ledger. But to date, we haven't. That's not great. And I look for that to improve with a lot of these capabilities. We have coming on board the better regulations where we're not worried that XRP is going to become illegal. I think more money flowing into this space will help building. But to date, it hasn't happened. You have to recognize that. That's a bad. We need retail use cases. Your competitors, the chains you have thought of in the past is, oh, those are the retail chains, and we own, the institutional use case. Well, they're getting people like BlackRock. They're getting Coinbase's building, and a heck of a lot more to come. You can't ignore a whole swath of crypto. There's no reason for it. XRP lends itself great to retail use cases. Retail users will adopt it with ease. They don't need the same assurances that you need from an institutional, user of cryptocurrencies. It's the low-hanging fruit. Go after retail. Now, it doesn't mean that Ripple has to do it per se. I don't know why they would not. Once this whole legal issue is settled, yeah, I'm going to go after those use cases. But if they don't want to, others need to. We need to have not just retail investors, but retail users of the XRP ledger. We're too reliant on Ripple currently. And that's, apparent because we have the lack of independent developers. We need more decentralization. We need more independent developers that, not just in numbers, that are hitting the mark, that are building things people start to use and adopt. It's just common sense here. Decentralization is such a large, category of things. People use it as a catchphrase, like it just, encompasses everything. You have the network operation. XRP ledger will settle payments in a decentralized manner. That's guaranteed. You have ownership of the supply. You have the builders on the network. You have a lot of things here, and this is one area of centralization with too much, just all on Ripple's shoulders. We need to see others step up here, and I think making an environment where others can have success. They're not going to do it just because they love XRP. They're not going to do it just to be nice. It has to make sense from a business standpoint. You have to be able to build an application that you can scale and have a $1 billion company built off of the back of that. And I think with these new capabilities, and again, better U.S. regulations, you're going to see more of that. And lastly, Ripple themselves, they need to deliver, because I don't care what anyone says. On-demand liquidity, it's great, it's growing. They have to keep building that out. It hasn't delivered yet. It's not a standard of any sort for global payments. It's not anything that's going to drive a lot of value at this time. They have to, again, continue to build that out. I'm not saying it's a failure, but it's a very long-term building project there. They need success, and the stablecoin is going to be a great test, because it's going to be one of the most capable in the world. It's one people are going to love using. It's going to help fuel a lot of building on the XRP ledger. They would really have to fumble it here to not make this work. It should be a great success, but Ripple needs exactly that. Something they can point to and say, look, we launched this, we scaled it, and it's one of the best in the world. This is their chance. Do they get it done? I think they can, but fool me once. You're going to have to do it now before I put that in the good category. Ripple needs to deliver. I think they will. They should. But this is a big test for them. They best make it happen. And it starts with getting that coin, not just on GateHub and all these other wackadoo exchanges, uphold the little puppet exchange. You better do what it takes to get that Ripple stablecoin listed on Kraken and Coinbase and Binance and all the major exchanges. You best make that happen to make this a very usable stablecoin. You need to be able to get into it easily and get out of it easily, because you're going to be able to transfer it at low cost, high speed, all that. Great. But now make it usable. That's Ripple's job here. They better deliver. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.